All right, welcome back to the Bazaar. And before I start, I made a thing. So I will definitely be using and referencing it during the runs now. My memory is terrible, so I made a thing to keep track of what monsters do so I don't accidentally pick something that's like poison when I have nothing but shields. And yeah, I have the free ticket for today, as well as I think I got another free ticket from normal play. Just doing some gathering of icons for that little chart. And yeah, I will figure out how to distribute the chart if anyone's interested. Just drop a comment if you care. Anyway, here we go, starting our run with... Well, we can either grab throwing knives, which is not great on its own. Yes, it's 45 damage every 3 seconds, but it only fires 3 times before it's done. Unless we have something else that increases our ammo or whatever. So, that would be 135, since we have no crit chance right now. That's not nearly enough. The Narwhal, while it's 12 damage for 4 seconds, A is a friend, so that helps us with that sort of thing. And B, we can buff it up, potentially with something like this. Yes. And now it'll be 24 damage every 4 seconds. Beautiful. I do like going for the random skill just for RNG fun, but small and medium items is just about perfect. We do have an aquatic item. So while we don't have what we would need for the pufferfish to, function yet, since it only does anything when we haste, we could potentially run for a poison aquatic build. But I'm looking for more immediate wins, so I'm actually going to reroll here. And that's a hand axe with a bayonet. Alternatively, I could grab the bronze fishing rod, which is not super interesting. It would haste the narwhal, but at the same time, 4 gold for basically a random aquatic item every day. I mean, that's a free gold every day, but if it was silver or higher, it would be much more interesting. So yeah, I'm going to go hand axe bayonet. And then I'm going to equip the bayonet basically to the narwhal. So, not a great board, but it's passable. And I think I'm going to go for the hunted kimono. If I can get the silk, that would be a pretty good start to the run. Having some weapons and then the silk for shielding. Yeah, there we go. 20 damage per hit with the bayonet. And the strength is actually really good with the bayonet because it increases the damage it does every time the narwhal hits, as well as increasing the narwhal's damage. So, yeah. Good start so far, I think. If we high roll and get the silk, I'm going to be very happy.
See that plank?
Nope. Nope. Alright, we can get a small aquatic item, which could be, I think, like poison stuff. The seashell, which would only give us 10 healing per trigger. Emery, which would give us very little healing and possibly some economy if we pick up more aquatic stuff. But right now it looks like we're going for a weapons build. That said, I would like some shielding. So we'll see what we're offered. I mean, crit chance is also a thing. And it makes more sense to grab that than it does to reroll and only be able to buy a small thing. So I am going to grab Vanessa's Amulet, drop the scrap into the box, and continue on. We don't have the money for medium and large items. We can get a bronze skill if we sell the scrap just for the 1 gold. Or we could get a small weapon, which could be the upgrade for the bayonet, could be the upgrade for the hand axe, could be the switchblade, I think it is, that gives the extra damage. Yeah, let's do that. If nothing else, okay. I was going to say, if nothing else, it's something we can sell. And it makes more sense than selling the scrap without getting the shield effect. Especially since the skills might have been less than ideal. Do I care about the extra 40 damage and 2 slows? Or do I care more about the 10% crit chance? It's our only crit chance, and the narwhal and hand axe are the only 2 that can benefit from it. So for now, I'm actually going to toss the bolos on. They do get the extra damage from strength, so 35 twice. That helps.
I may be young for a captain, but
All right. Let's see how this goes. It is an interesting build so far, and they have the... Looks like they got the Bronze Longshan from either the store or the first fight. Because it has the... Oh no, the Shark Claws has the plus 24 damage. But I think we just have more. So, I believe we win this. Oh no, actually... Okay, we died at the same time, so it counts as a win? I think? Yes. That was way closer than I wanted it to be. Okay, so we get Eat at Finn's to get health and regen, because we don't have any shield or healing items. That is actually kind of interesting. I think more interesting than ammo items at the moment, in part because that means we can save our money for another store that might be more interesting. So let's do that. Regen's also pretty strong early on. 5 regen is full healing us every 50 seconds right now. Well, okay, not anymore, but yeah, it's interesting. And we can either get 2 loot items, then 2 more because we have the Narwhal, or reduce the Narwhal's cooldown, give 1 item 4 damage, or give all weapons 2 damage. I'm gonna grab the loot and see what we get. Insect Wing, Scrap, and a Sharpening Stone. I'll take it. Vanessa's Amulet's definitely going on board. Ooh, medium. Okay. In part because we have the Sharpening Stone and the Insect Wings, I would love to see a katana. I would also love to see... There we go. Yep. No hesitation. That is immediately getting added to the board. And we now have 19 damage every 2 seconds, which means the bayonet's firing off every 2 seconds. Which is a drastic improvement. And then I'm actually going to... Oh, those are all of our items gain the cooldown reduction. Before our next fight, I'm definitely going to sell the Insect Wings. And the Sharpening Stone on the katana, probably. I do have the ability to buy another... So I am going to reroll. And that would be interesting if we were running ammo. Yeah, that was a waste of 3 gold. I need to get out of the habit of rerolling when it's early game. When I don't have the money for anything. But... Actually, do I win this? Do I win this with just what I have? Without having to sell it, because I'm thinking I might be able to get something else that I want to reduce the cooldown on more than the 2-second katana. And the Narwhal's not sticking around for much longer. The hand axe, unless we upgrade it, isn't sticking around for much longer. Right, let's consult. So we have Coconut Crab, which is just shielding, which means we could get a shield item from it. Tent City Mare, which is shielding and damage, which seems much more interesting than trying our luck with the Warrior and maybe getting... oh no, the Rogue Scrapper is what we have access to. So he's slow damage, shield, and heal. With shielding and healing, do we actually kill him? I think for day 2, the Rogue Scrapper has 800 health, I want to say. That would take us so long to chip through, and he'd be healing and shielding the whole time. No, we go for Tent City Mare. If nothing else, we might get the Dog, which lets us buff it every time we sell, or like permanently increases damage every time we sell a small item. And we do have several small items we're already waiting to sell. We could get the Temporary Shelter, which is not great as a shielding item, just because it's 3 slots and it only triggers every 6 seconds. But the cool thing about it is that it sells, since it's silver, for... How much? 6, I think. Yep, sells for 6. Cool. That's gold. I doubt the bolos go back out, but maybe. We're definitely going to look at silver tier items, because again, we can sell for 6. We learned already, early game sniper rifle is not it. Coral Armor, though, every time we buy an aquatic item, would gain 20 shield. It's a 6-second cooldown, but that is pretty nice. And we don't have any defenses right now. That would give us defenses. That said, we don't really want to be spending our gold on aquatic items, so I'm going to reroll here. Well then. I mean, I guess hasting everything for a second would be cool. But when we use another aquatic item is where this really shines. Oof. At the start of each day, this gains 1 max ammo. Shield equal to this item's ammo, but it still uses an ammo every time. So the first time it would shield, right now, would be 8 shielding. Then 7, then 6. Like, it fires off pretty quick, but it also runs out really fast. So no, I, once again, probably shouldn't have rerolled. It's fine. Everything's fine. Do I actually use the temporary shelter for now? I can reduce the cooldown, and it is shielding that we currently don't have. And that would be up to 38. No, actually, you know what? I haven't used it yet. So, let's see. We're up to 58 shielding every 6 seconds. Again, dropping Vanessa's amulet because that's all the crit we have. Now, we are losing damage for the shielding. Because unless we get experience here, which we cannot, then we're definitely going to be facing the next opponent with this many board slots. I think I even sell the insect wings here. I probably should have waited till after I looked at the shop. Yeah, definitely should have waited till after I looked at the shop. Whatever. Then again, I could just grab chocolate bars. JJ is interesting that you could find just about anything there, but also bad in that... Chocolate bars. Definitely chocolate bars. That's an extra 50 shielding every 6 seconds. 5.6 seconds. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think this is just going to turn into a temporary shelter run. Sure. Why not? We'll see how the shielding does. 128. That's a lot. We are shielding for basically half our health. No, wait. A third of our health. We're shielding for about a third of our health every 5.6 seconds. And every 2 seconds we're chipping away at them. Are they scaling at all? Yes, they are scaling. Shield items to the right of this get +5 shield for the fight. And now we can no longer actually... Okay. And we're getting poisoned. Yeah, his shielding is scaling. No, we lose this, 100%. That's an interesting build. Bunch of haste, scaling the armor item, or shield items. That's interesting. Okay, slow skills could be interesting as a defensive option. There's also... So we don't have anything right now except for the bola that would actually slow. But if we get one that's really interesting, it might change the way we build. But so far in the runs I've done, a lot of the times I've gone for early game skills that just turned out to not be great. What small item? I would be looking for upgrade to bayonet, upgrade to hand axe, switchblade, update to... Yeah, let's just go small items. Nope, that's not it. I mean... Would a slow be interesting here? At the start of the fight, slow something for 1 second. And then every 9 seconds, slow one thing for 1 second. Bronze Clamor is just so sad. Yeah. I'm once again wasting money re-rolling when I don't get anything. It's fine. Okay, that's interesting. Give our katana an extra 10 damage. Get 4 loot items that we can then get 40 shield on the temporary shelter and benefit some other way. If one of the loot items, because you get, I think, 2 pairs. If one of the loot items is the damage increase, Sharpening Stone, I think it's basically as good, if I remember correctly. I think it's +4 damage. I mean, the answer is definitely not your weapons gain 1 damage per level. Citrus and Coconut, 1 regen. Or actually 2 regen and 20 health. Right now I need to figure out what I'm doing. Okay, that's gold. Okay, so it's not two pairs of the same thing. Yeah, let's look at the shop. Again, I could grab chocolate bars for the temporary shelter. Versus trying for the crow's nest katana again. No, I'm getting the chocolate bars. I am definitely getting the chocolate bars. The hand axe, I think, definitely goes back out. And I think it's Vanessa's amulet, in part because it also gives the temporary shelter 10%. The bolas eventually might go back out. So I need 5 slots, I have 4, so I will sell... I mean, the feather definitely goes on the katana, right? Yeah. That's 0.1 seconds off, so it said 4% or whatever, but it's actually like basically 5 or 6%, depending on how the math looks. Sure, chocolate bars, let's go. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now our temporary shelter is shielding for a respectable 188. Alright, consulting the chart again. So... And yes, I just use Firefox as my PDF viewer. Don't mind that. Rogue Scrapper, slow, damage, shield, heal. Eccentric Aetheryte. Shield, haste. I would love haste. Oh, I should have also looked at the apprentice. Dabbling Apprentice, ammo, fire. Okay, yeah, ammo, burn, experience. So, I think the goggles would be interesting. Force Field would actually combo pretty funnily with, like, it would be pretty funny to combo that with the temporary shelter. Just, if I can get massive shielding, get to the point where the temporary shelter is shielding for, you know, 5, 6, 7, 800. Could be very interesting indeed. Goggles I would not complain about at all. Ah, that's why. Okay, so I have haste listed next to the Aetheryte because the goggles benefit from haste, and it has rigged. So, if you have a haste build, there's a chance of getting something good. Okay, when I shield, that gains 5 damage. Which, right now, would just benefit every 5.6 seconds. Okay. Oh, am I interested more in weapons or a bronze tier skill that might improve my weapons or my shielding? Let's look at weapons. There's a switchblade. So right now, the hand axe is adding 3 damage to the katana. Period. This would add 2 damage every 1.8 seconds. Definitely an improvement. So, for now, that's going to go there. Is the 10% crit chance... No, 10% crit chance is not worth losing out on 3 damage on everything as well as the extra 20 damage every 6.6 seconds. Double barrel could be fun. 27 times 2, but... Hello.
And when you carry my weapon, I fight alongside.
Yes, that is amazing. I mean, it still is better to have the bayonet next to the katana. 1.8 seconds every time it triggers, but the butterfly swords deals 17 damage, multicast 2, put that next to the switchblade, meaning every 7 seconds it goes up by 4. Yeah, that's nice. Am I ever going to use the barbed wire? I don't think I'm ever going to use the barbed wire. Get some more shielding. I could also just pay 1 gold. Yeah, I think that's worth it. We're about to find out. We are about to find out, but... Okay, sells weapon skills. That's way more interesting than just sells skills. And JJ could sell just about anything, so... Definitely looking at weapon skills. We can buy a bronze or a silver. The first time we use a large item, adjacent weapons gain 15 damage. If we rearrange so that the bayonet is next to the temporary shelter, that would be doubling the damage of the bayonet. Or just +6 to the katana and any other mediums we get. We don't have any large weapons, or all of our weapons have 4% crit chance. And it's only 3 gold. Yeah, I think that's better than... Well, the butterfly sword would have actually double benefited from the... whatever. I did the thing. Let's do the thing.
My fight isn't with you.
Is this actually decent? Because I feel like it's decent. I feel like it's decent, but that doesn't mean it is. So we've got 218. I actually could have sold a few more things to get more shielding. But 218 shielding is not nothing. Okay. Freeze Ray is going to be problematic. Haste and charge. Hasting and charging. Shielding and damage, but we are definitely shielding way more than their damage output, and they are not scaling at all. They're just going quickly. That's fine. Meanwhile, we are scaling every time we hit, which is nice. Yeah. This should be very easy. Nice. Beautiful. It's coming together.
Fall like a boulder.
Temporary shelter definitely seems like the play here. We can get 28 damage every time the butterfly sword goes off. Or 14 damage on the katana, which actually makes more sense because it goes almost 4 times before the butterfly sword double casts once. Or we can just 4% crit chance across the board sounds better. Let's go 4% crit chance across the board. Including our shielding. That's nice. Non-weapon items. Oh, wait. I can put stuff out. Hand axe? Sure. And Vanessa's amulet? Sure. Yeah, the bowl is never going out. We're going to keep the narwhal as our friend. We have pelts, insect wing. I don't think this is my final board, but... I'm going to get the experience in gold. For sure. Sells items with a high chance of upgrades. If we can get an upgrade to the temporary shelter, that would be... amazing. Definitely better than the small aquatic item. Definitely better than working at the docks without the whatever that gives us the 6 gold and 2 experience. I'll take it. Multicast 3. Yes. Just yes. And then 20% crit chance on all of our items instead of 10. So even our shielding can now crit at 24% chance. Do we need more shielding for this fight? I think we do. Okay. I always get this wrong. Hydro Dude. I know he's aquatic stuff, but is he poison? No, he's slow in regen. Versus the Retiree, which has healing and shielding. Or the Boiler Room Brawler, which is crit chance, haste, and shielding. That's actually the most interesting, I think. Then again, Hydro Dude. No, we're not really a slow build at all. There'd be a chance, but I think it really comes down to the Retiree or the Boiler Room Brawler, but if we can get crit going, that would be really nice. So, when we use a tool, adjacent items gain crit chance. When you haste, shield 10 has a silver sharpening stone, bronze eagle talisman, a haste potion, which we could actually potentially get extra ammo on because we're Vanessa. Multi-tool would be amazing. Haste another item for 2 seconds, slow an item for 2 seconds every 3.8. Beautiful. At the start of each day, upgrade a tool. And then hammer is when you level up if you have 3 tools. Okay.
We barely got off line.
When you level up, if you have at least 3 tools, upgrade the item to the left of this. We need tools now. We have, right now, 1 of 3. We have 1 of 3 tools, and then once we have 2 more tools... I do like chocolate bars for building up the temporary shelter, but if I can get 2 tools either today or to the next day, then we can level up the temporary shelter. Oh no, it would have to be this one. Yeah. We need 2 tools. Don't care what they are. Okay. Ambergris.
Happy to exploit you.
We paid 1 gold. It's going to gain 1 value every time we buy an aquatic item. So this chum game, thank you, gives the ambergris 1 gold. So we paid 2, we can sell it for 1, we got 1 gold. And then we can also sell the piranha, so we actually profited 1 gold off of that. As well as selling the piranha and the chum to give us an extra 20 shield on the temp shelter. We could also pay 2 gold for another 10, but I think right now it's more interesting to roll again and look for tools. We did not get tools. But that is 30 extra shielding on the temporary shelter. Oh, but we didn't level up. Okay. Oh no, we will. Whenever I click something, we'll level up, I think. I think that's the order that goes in. I'm never going to use these, right? Right? The hand axe is only giving 3 damage. The revolver would fire off 5... No, actually... 17 damage every 4 seconds. Nah, it's better to have the extra 3 on everything. Selling the pet rock, selling the revolver. So we're up to 300 shielding. Sells burn skills. Oh man, I wish I hadn't spent the gold on that. Okay, it's fine. So every time we sell a small item, we're gaining 10 shielding. So for 1 gold, I gain 2 regen and 10 shielding. Beautiful. Reduce our cooldowns by 1%, but it will not increase the shielding because it's not small. Or should I re-roll and look for something I'm more interested in selling? I can still sell the ambergris and the insect wing. If I sell the ambergris and the insect wing, I can definitely re-roll and buy a few things. Is that the right choice? I think it is. Love seeing it. So if I put this next to the golden butterfly swords, it hastes them for 1 second 3 times. And increases their damage by 9. That's pretty good. And then I could also potentially buy the rocket boots to increase it to a haste of 2 seconds, which keeps the butterfly swords perma-hasted after they start. Not interested, not interested. If I can afford it, that's interesting. That's 1 gold for plus 1% crit chance to everything. 2 damage on everything for 2 gold. Oh, also this gives the temporary shelter 10 health, 10 shield. This gives 1 weapon 4 damage and also gives the temporary shelter 10. Oof. Okay. So, is there anything I'm going to be... No, there's nothing I'm going to be putting on the board, so I'm going to sell that for the gold. I don't really want to sell the narwhal since it's my only friend. How do I make 8 gold work? Do I actually... So the bayonet on the butterfly swords would trigger 3 times. If it's perma-hasted, then that would be every 3.4 seconds. Every 3.6 seconds, the katana triggers twice. So that is better. The switchblade scaling doesn't matter compared to the shadow cloak hasting and scaling, but the hand axe matters the least. That 3 damage is not enough to warrant keeping it. The ambergris is future economy, so it's kind of hard to pass it up. It's kind of hard to sell it whenever it's just gained 1 value, but at the same time, that does give me the 4 gold to buy. Well, it gives me 5 gold to buy, or 4 gold to buy the agility boots, sell it, and have 4 gold left to buy. Oh, but then there's the hammer. Okay. If I can get tools... Wait. No, that's right. I didn't have any tools. Yeah. You know what? I can always get another friend. Well, if I level up and get something that wants a friend as the level up. I should have been looking for tools. I really hope there wasn't a tool in the previous screen of the shop. Because that would have been a level up of some item. Is there a world where we can get the Shadow Cloak and the Rocket Boots? I can sell the Katana. Potentially. I'd rather not. But I can. I definitely don't sell the Temporary Shelter. I'm loving how much it's scaling. I think the hammer is more valuable than the narwhal, as far as keeping it around. How do I do this? Do I sell the Switchblade? The Shadowed Cloak is just objectively better than the Switchblade. Especially if I can start leveling it up with the hammer. Yes, the Switchblade is better. And if I sell the Narwhal and the Ambergris, I can get both the Rocket Boots and the Shadow Cloak to then upgrade the Shadow Cloak, yeah. Ah, this is so hard. If we get a level up that is, we need a friend for it to really be good, or, you know, for it to be fully as good as it should be, this is going to make me sad, but it makes sense. And neither of those have the aquatic tag. Do I care about the bayonet compared to the Switchblade? The Switchblade helps us scale. Plus 6 damage on the butterfly sword, and then plus 2 on the katana every time they go. I think the bayonet gets dropped here. And now if we sell the Narwhal and the Ambergris, we get the Rocket Boots as well. Which, hilariously, is actually a tool. Yeah. Yeah. Shadow Cloak,
Now that's a bar.
Rocket Boots. Okay. Shadow Cloak. After the Butterfly Swords hits the first time, gives it 9 more damage, as well as hasting it for 3 seconds. Which, haste is double speed, so that means after the haste is over... After the haste is over, it still has like 0.8 seconds remaining. If we immediately sell the Rocket Boots, we get perma-haste. It's really a shame that we don't have a third tool. But the question is, does perma-hasting the Butterfly Swords win if we otherwise don't? Also, if we sell the Rocket Boots right now, we can then buy and sell the Agility Boots, which gives us 10 more shielding. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so now the Shadowed Cloak hastes for 2 seconds. And then we can... Leftmost weapon gets 4 damage, or 1% crit chance on everything, including our shielding. I mean, that's an extra 12 damage every proc. But again, I think the shielding is probably critting with the shielding shields us for our entire health pool. So that's worth it. Final answer? Final answer.
Another empty chest, waiting to be
Okay,
filled.
leftmost weapon gains 10 damage. Burn items get burned, we don't have any. Aquatic items, we don't have any. We sold our friends, so we would only get 10 health and 1 regen. So it's an ammo item. And then we can sell it.
Warms my rust.
That's the play, I think. There was also a chance I got an ammo item that was also a tool. I should have clarified that. Because yes, 10 damage on the butterfly sword would have been 30 damage per proc, which would have been very valuable. But the chance of getting the tools to upgrade stuff, very high priority right now.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to screw.
Not to mention, every time I level up, that if I'm given the damage option, it's going to be better and better. Oof. When you use the core, reload this. Okay. So that's never going to run out. And this is scaling like crazy. Well then. Well then. When you use an adjacent item, give the other adjacent item haste for 1 second. Our shielding does not scale, but our damage does, but nowhere near as fast as theirs is. Yeah. That is... oof. Oh yeah, and the perma-hasted bomb squad as well. 68 seconds of haste.
Plunder.
Well then. Let's look for tools.
Let's chat.
I mean, that's a tool. I think, honestly, the katana's probably going to go at some point. Because we could actually get rid of the katana and the switchblade to have the butterfly swords multicasting with lifesteal and crit chance. If we get the crow's nest. But yeah, so there's 2 tools. We can sell and reroll, but then we'd have to sell something else. Oh wait! Sell the nesting doll, buy the katana. Duh.
That doesn't work out for you.
For the time being, that's a lot of damage increase. Like, the 27, that's... it's a lot better on a 1.8 second cooldown. Get a poison item for free, which we can... oh, we have a friend now. Nice. And yeah, we just have to remember to, if we have a third tool at some point, which we still don't, we just need to remember to put the hammer next to whatever we want to upgrade whenever we level. Here we go. Gorgon Noble, I'm pretty sure is poison... where are you? Gorgon Noble, poison experience freeze. That would be really hard for us to deal with. Because the poison would go through our shielding. Harkuvian Rocket Trooper is ammo, crit, haste, damage, and shielding. That actually sounds super interesting. And the Preening Duelist is just ammo. Yep, Harkuvian Rocket Trooper it is. I think we should... oh, we could get an upgraded Shadow Cloak. Or more crit chance on something, probably putting on the Temporary Shelter. Or more haste. Or the goggles, when hasted gives us crit chance. We don't have any ammo items, but, I mean, the gunpowder would be there. It's a thing that we could get. Honestly, probably the last thing that we would want would be the large weapons getting damage. That's probably the only thing. Well, that and the rocket launcher.
Waste of gunpowder.
It's fine. If we find an ammo item we care about at all, then that would be really good. Find an abandoned chest. Not yet. We're going to try to find a tool again. Okay. Cryo sleeves. No. We don't have any heal items. We don't have any burn items. We don't have any burn items. Yeah, I'll take cooldown reduction and damage. Unfortunately, that means we would be less likely to reroll and buy something. Because we can't get rid of the dock line. It's one of the tools. So do I take what I can get to upgrade right now? 3 damage is not enough. The 4% cooldown on the butterfly sword is absolutely worth it.
Doing your part, clean up the bazaar.
100% worth it. So now we're at 6.5 seconds. And it gets 6 seconds of haste, so it's going to be perma-hasted as long as it doesn't get frozen or slowed. If we reroll and there's a tool that costs 4, we can sell the gunpowder for just the 2 gold and then buy it. If we buy the sharpening stone, we could not. We would have to then also sell our new friend. So no. Reroll. Please give me a small tool. Small tool. Small tool. Nope. Unfortunate. And we can get more crit chance. Get 4 damage on our weapons. You know what? Let's.
That's been sitting there 20 years.
Let's do that.
Waiting for you.
And if there's a tool for purchase at the next place, then we just can't. That's fine. I think this is still the right answer. I'm gonna ignore that.
Warms my rusty circuits to see that find on.
There we go. So we're up to 408 shielding on the temporary shelter. Health, toughness, and shield items. It would have been really nice to find a tool that was also a shield item. So 25 max health per level, 125 is not even 5%, so I think Finn's is better.
This is health food.
10 shielding on the shield item, and 5% max health. We don't have a heal item, or 5 more regen. Let's go 5 more regen. Upgrade our leftmost item. I think it's actually the temporary shelter. So that until we find a tool, we can get more shielding when we sell something. We're already perma-hasting, so this would just go from plus 3 damage per... Well, actually, because we're triple casting, hold on. So this would go from plus 9 to plus 15 every time we use it. That is super valuable. I'm going to do it.
Ooh, the keener the
I'm gonna do it.
blade, the quicker the fight.
Yep. Let's go. Let's see.
Go ahead.
So far, the little robot dude has been very hasty and very scaly. So now we scale a little bit better. We'll see if we scale enough. Well, that's a triple cast pulse rifle. And then gains 1 value every 11.3 seconds. The core is charging all items to the right 1 second. So it's very strange that it's on the right. Yeah, I feel like if that was further, like the other side of the board where it should be.
No ball.
Oh, okay, so they're literally just going economy there. Everything on the left was charging the core to charge the one thing that was increasing in value. There are weapon tools. Oh no, the docks, I can just get a tool. Get a tool. There we go. Also, I get a spare change off of it. Nice. There we go. So we have 3 tools every time we level up now. As long as we have these 3 tools, we can upgrade something. Neat. And the spare change we don't need to sell quite yet. Chocolate bars. 50 extra healing, or 50 extra shielding on temporary shelter, and an extra, I think, 50 hit points. And right now, we don't really care about non-weapon items. Alright, let's go. 5 more chocolate. Oof. 4 more chocolate bars. Because I forgot that the spare change was taking up a slot. Just gonna sell that so I don't forget again. Alright, Infertile. Fire, damage. Foreman. Damage, shield, haste. That's interesting. Zookeeper. Damage, poison, flame. Yep, Foreman. Hello. This is so much better than just guessing at what I'm going for. And trying to vaguely remember. So we can get haste going. We can get scaling going with the power sander. That would definitely be better than the switchblade right now. Because I could put it next to the temporary shelter and also be scaling shielding. And right now, defense is very helpful as we scale up our butterfly swords. Yeah.
That plank? Walk
You know what? I'm not going to complain. That is 4 gold and 12 shielding on the temporary shelter. Done. Okay, so we are going to level up before the next fight. What do I want to level up? I think the temporary shelter. Now that we're already perma-hasting the butterfly sword, then I think getting the extra shielding is worth it. Ammo items, not super interested. Get gold, as good. Sells medium and large items. Okay.
Hello? I mean, welcome to my business.
I definitely don't want to upgrade the dock line. Pretty sure. Pretty sure I don't want to upgrade the dock line. I could also upgrade the Vanessa's amulet. Star Chart's a tool.
See it, Quixel?
Silver Shovel is actually also kind of interesting. We can get small items that we can then upgrade with the hammer. Okay. So. Dock lines, tool. Star Chart, tool, which means we can sell the hatchet. Yes.
This is a gift at any price.
And then we'll put the temporary shelter back on the board. But for now, the shovel can go there. Beautiful. I am very happy with that. And then we don't need items now. I would not mind if this was actually my like mid-game board. Fully upgrade temporary shelter, fully upgrade shadow cloak, fully upgrade butterfly sword with some other stuff just for extra. But that would take 2 more levels for the temporary shelter, 2 more levels for the shadow cloak, 1 more level, so 5 levels. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Do that for now. Do that for now. But yeah, skills. Let's see what skills we can get to potentially offset. That's a freeze as soon as the butterfly swords trigger for 4 seconds. I think that's more interesting than the other options. Again, giving us defense until we scale more. Ah, this is a thing. Oh, it worked. Golden temporary shelter. Now when we sell a small item, it's 15 shielding. I like it. Tool. Yeah, we don't even need the dock lines now. Tool. And I'm actually going to put that next to the shovel. I would rather upgrade the stuff that I'm using than the shovel. That might give me something useful. But at the same time, I might forget. 4% crit chance. I mean, that's not nothing. That said, the loot items could give us more. Or more importantly, could give us cooldown. Because even though the butterfly sword is going to be perma-hasted, the more it triggers, the more it will scale. Yeah, just sell that for experience. And now we're getting 15 shield per thing we sell. 2 regen. Extra shielding. We're up to 549. Or 539. And then, yeah. 6.3 now. So whenever it's perma-haste, it'll be 3.15. Beautiful. Yeah, this is going well. This is going well. Let's see if it's going well enough to start winning these. The whole idea basically is, are we scaling fast enough to actually... Oof. That's... Oh dear. They're hasting a lot. And poisoning for a lot, which is going through our shielding. So even though our shielding is negating most of their... basically all of their actual damage, it's a question of do we scale... We do. Okay, we are now scaling quickly. It's only up to 100 damage, but since it has multicast, that's 300 damage every 3-point-something seconds because of the hasting. We can do better, though. Skills or bronze tier junk? Bronze tier junk, because then we can sell stuff to get more shielding on the emergency shelter. And now we're not specifically looking for a tool, so anything that's beneficial. Oh, also, what did we get? We got pepper spray. Nope. That's not getting used. I think I just buy all the small stuff. The question is, do I also buy medium stuff? Except for the medkit. I don't buy the medkit. I have nothing to benefit from that. 9 seconds, slow 1 item, deal 5 damage, lifesteal. I mean, lifesteal's nice, but it would not scale nearly fast enough for it to matter. In any case, chocolate bar, definitely. 2 gold for 10 health and 15 shielding, worth. Coconut, same thing. The only question is, do we sell the exoskeleton? 2 gold for 2 damage on everything, which is actually 6 damage on the butterfly swords. Speaking of, let's go 1 gold for the sharpening stone. Nice. It also does not get us additional shielding, because it's medium. So no, I'm going to leave it. Gives me more gold for this one. I mean, 1 gold, or no, 2 gold for 1 regeneration and 15 shielding. Beautiful. We can increase the hasting of the Shadow Cloak. That's kind of funny. Leftmost slow item gains 1 second. Okay, the slowing thing would have been more interesting then. But it's fine. So unless we sell something else, which I'm not I'm not willing to. So it's either the 1% cooldown on everything or the bonus haste. Which, if we get something like the sniper rifle later on, like a gold or diamond sniper rifle next to a 4 haste shadowed cloak, which actually I think would go up to 5, meaning that we would be perma-hasting a full cooldown sniper rifle. And gold would be 5 times, so neat. Diamond would be 10 times, so the scaling would be actually kind of insane. If nothing else, it does give us perma-haste, even if we're slowed or frozen for a bit. That's worth. Because instead of 9 seconds of haste, it would then be 12 seconds of haste. So even if we are literally frozen for 6 seconds, we would still stay perma-hasted. That said, cooldown is also on the shielding, and also, yeah, that's the better choice. Definitely the better choice there. So now we're at 6.2, which perma-haste would be 3.1 seconds. It also decreases the time before we trigger the first time by 1/10 of a second, and increased our shielding because it reduced the cooldown on that. I'm happy with that. We could also just spend a gold to get 15 shielding. Nah, there might be like a skill thing or something. Okay, get a slow item. I can't really think of anything that I'd be super interested in. Don't have gold for shopping, so it's either 2 gold, 1 experience, or get a slow item. But as we gain experience, that's another 1/8 of a upgrade for one of our items. Love to see it. Alright. This is definitely capturing on the OBS recording. Beautiful. So we've got Thug, which is damage, gold value, and slow. It's also the Thieves Guild, if we can get it, which would be amazing. Shock Trooper, burn, shield, slow, not interested. Sergeant Suds is damage, shield, charge. Kind of interesting, but the Thug has more of what we're looking for, I think. Plus, he does have the Poison Concealed Dagger. So he will be able to stack up... Oh, and the Toxic Brass Knuckles. So he will be able to stack up some poison. Did I not have that noted? No, I did not have that noted. Oh, well. I must have just not noticed that when I was looking at the howbazaar.gg. He does scale faster than me, though. The good news, though, is that his scaling stuff is all the damage, not so much the poison. So as long as I can outshield the damage, the poison will not tick down fast enough to kill me before I... Yeah. It was definitely the right choice to go for cooldown rather than more haste. We are already 21 seconds of haste. Nice. Very nice. Always better to buy based on what your board already is.
Maybe a skirmish.
I'll take 6 damage on everything. Sure. Okay. We don't care about aquatic items. We don't have a vehicle. 4% crit chance. We don't have poison. Get a weapon. Oh no, I forgot to... I forgot to move the hammer because I forgot we get a lot of experience for monster fights. Well, now we do have a gold shovel. That's exactly why I put it there, in case I forgot like a dodo. And there we go. 4% crit chance across the board. We could fight a monster, actually. I mean, that sounds a lot more interesting than the other options, so let's go. Deadly Duel. We are against... Ooh, poison. Luckily, it's not the fastest poison, and we do scale pretty quickly, but I really do wish I would have gotten the upgrade on the Shadowed Cloak or the Butterfly Swords instead of the Shovel. But who knows, maybe the Shovel will give us something to replace the Switchblade with. That would be interesting. Okay. What do we get? Hopefully something we can sell for a lot of money, like the Death Caps or the Ouroboros.
Already?
Nope.
We better look
Ectoplasm.
out for flags up.
A small item, which does give us 15 shielding, so that's good, but other than that, there's nothing to see there. If we get the Crow's Nest, that is good. Alternatively, now 5 chocolate is 75 shielding on our temporary shelter, and the 50 health. And we don't have to spend any gold. And shielding is strong against everything except for poison. Yeah, let's... Oh, 4 slots. So I will need to sell something. That's unfortunate. I think I sell the Switchblade. Just on the off chance that I find something that helps us scale better. And also to get the full value out of our temporary shelter. Now the question, though, is Hammer, which is 42 damage every 8.7 seconds with a 30% crit chance, or Poison, 2 every 6 seconds. Actually, wait. Vanessa's Amulet gives everything 20% crit chance. Star Chart is 10% crit chance and cooldown reduction. That can apply to our shielding. So we'd lose 10% crit chance across the board. We'd lose 20% on the hammer, which we don't care about, and the katana. In exchange, we could shift things around so that the Star Chart was between the Butterfly Swords and the temporary shelter, reducing both of their cooldowns. Actually, we could also just drop the katana, which is not going to do much now that we have the Switchblade gone. It's not scaling up at all, so it's just 25 damage every 1.7 seconds. Yeah, I think this is better. And then we're just going to shift the tool over so the hammer can now upgrade the temporary shelter if we go dodo for a second. I am fine with this. This is fine. Everything is fine.
I may be young for
Let's see how this
but I've
goes.
seen my share of storms.
The 10% reduced cooldown on the shelter is going to be pretty massive. 10% on the Butterfly Sword, I mean, he is slowing us, but we are still going to be perma-hasted. So anytime we're not slowed, we'll be going at 2.7, no, 2.5, 2.8. Every 2.8 seconds. Oof. That is a scary crit, though. Hilariously, extra damage would have been a good idea because we would have been chipping through his shields. Yeah, those crits are nasty. 1200, 1300. Oof. That's a lot of shielding, and we are not scaling nearly fast enough for that. Then dealing damage based on his shielding is just rough. I don't even know if a crow's nest would have helped us there. The extra damage would have definitely, if only to chip down his shielding so the damage from... Oh. The random item we got from our golden shovel is a jellyfish. Okay. Yeah, let's look for the crow's nest. There it is. Gold crow's nest. Yep. So that we definitely bring the hammer. Well, actually, for now I put the hammer next to the shadowed cloak. Getting from, I think it's 8 plus 8 per hit, which would be an extra, 9 per scaling. Scaling every 2.8 seconds. Yeah, something like that. And then do that. Sell that. And then, yeah, we're good. We're good. If I rerolled, the only large item I'd be looking for is an upgrade crow's nest, which would cost us 24 because it'd be the diamond. No, thank you. Or do I want to upgrade the temporary shelter? Because right now the thing that we're lacking isn't so much the scaling, it's the... Well, no. Even if we were shielding more... First of all, we'd have to buy a lot of stuff to be shielding more. To benefit really from upgrading it. Whereas this is just perma-haste and damage increase. Yeah, I think this is still the right choice. Yeah. And now, next time we pass by, we'll get the upgrade to the Shrouded Cloak. Small non-weapon item could actually be a thing that we put on the board. Especially if the small non-weapon item did something like, giving extra crit, or giving us more shielding or healing, or whatever. I don't think the katana ever goes back on board. Yeah, because the crow's nest. Nope. Bye, katana. Okay. So we can either get additional health, additional shielding. I will get the small non-weapon item. That's not super interesting. Alright. Oh, it's plus 7, not plus 8. Okay. But still, there's a chance that we get a gold diamond sniper rifle, and that's a lot of haste. Okay, bonus crit chance doesn't actually really matter that much anymore because, well, okay, hold on. First, let's do this right. Do that, and then do that. Okay. So we have guaranteed crits on our butterfly swords. 30% on the temp shelter, which is nice. But the lifesteal on the butterfly swords, which is now scaling up by 21 per activation. Activating after the first one at 6.2 seconds, will be activating every 3.1 seconds. Scaling by 21 and healing us for whatever the current damage is. That's nice. And the temporary shelter is primarily to get us there. And again, in case I forget to move it down next time we level, put it next to the shovel. 4% crit chance, which would basically just be on the temporary shelter. Or 9 damage, which would actually be 27. Yep, because that's also 27 healing. Okay, Burninator Bot. Burninator Bot is burn, slow, haste. Infernal Frigate. Infernal Frigate is burn ammo. Definitely not. And then Cosmic Rock is cooldown reduction. Yeah. That's what we do. That's exactly what we do. Oh wow, actually that would be really interesting. scaling our shielding and our damage. The only problem is that that takes up 2 slots. We don't really have 2 slots to work with. Because while it does increase the scaling of the butterfly swords and the temporary shelter, it doesn't haste the butterfly swords. Which is kind of our thing right now. That's kind of the thing.
Pathetic. As spineless as a jellyfish.
Okay. When we crit, which we're guaranteed to crit 3 times every time we use the butterfly sword, we are now hasting an item for 3 seconds, basically. That's interesting. That is very interesting. I think I'm looking for skills more than the bronze tier. Well, then again, we're still getting shielding from the temporary shelter every time we sell something. Yeah.
See landfill? I see buried treasure.
Oh, every time we sell something small. Oof. Which doesn't really help us if there's not a lot of small stuff we care about getting.
Well, you're doing your
I'm going to grab the 2 small things that we can sell for profit and benefit. I'm going to re-roll. And again, selling small things that give us benefits, which is just that.
warms my rusty circuits.
Alright, that's fine. I definitely should have gone for the skill. The odds of getting a skill that would be more than 45 shielding and plus 4 damage, pretty likely we would have gotten a better skill than that. Oh well. Sell small and medium items. Alternatively, get chocolate bars. 75 shielding and 50 health, which gives us more time to scale up. Or small and medium items, which we don't really care about because we can level up the stuff that we have. Yeah, definitely chocolate bars. We are definitely at the point where we need to sell something, though. Do we sell our only friend? Yes. Yes, we do. Get some chocolate bars. Actually, do I even sport for the gold tier? It gives us less gold for, like, skills and things the next day. Nah. We're mostly doing this for the shielding anyway. To see if the temporary shelter is actually worth fully diving into. We're getting 900 shield every 5.4 seconds now. That's not nothing. We got lifesteal, triple casting. As it scales and stays hasted. That's poison at Lottle. Okay. He heals a lot. Oh, he's also scaling. Oh dear. We shield a lot more than him, but he is scaling. So while we've got 4,000 shield, we are also at 21 poison, and he is scaling his damage way faster than we are. And he's also scaling his shielding and healing, so does the lifesteal actually save us? That's the question here. Yeah, he is now chunking our 900 shield instantly. So it's literally just a matter of does our... What just hit us? Something just hit us for a lot. Oh, because the X-Lotto... Oh, wow. As its damage got increased, its cooldown lowered. That's insane. So hilariously, if we get the 5 experience, we level up and we upgrade something, and it gets us 2/8 of the way to another upgrade. But I think an enchantment might help. Enchant an item with heal effects. So we're already healing with lifesteal. Ugh. This, if we upgrade the crow's nest, it would be when you crit, heal, whatever. Which we crit 3 times every time the butterfly sword goes off. Yeah. Yeah. So, because it's a large item, it's also 60. If we would have put it on the Butterfly Swords itself, it would have been heal 20, multicast 3. However often it goes off. So this is better. But is that enough to actually get us to 7 wins? We don't... Not sure. Also, we are going to level up before the next fight, so... Yeah, I think once again we're leveling up the scaling, and we're hoping that it's enough. Laser pistol, goodbye. Thank you for the 15 shielding and the gold. Appreciate it. Alright. Do we go for chocolate bars, or do we look for basically a Vanessa's amulet or a replacement for it? I mean, Vanessa's amulet is giving us crit on our shielding. Yeah. I think right now we're mostly looking for skills more than anything. Because there are some gold and diamond tier skills that could actually very much help us here. Okay, we're about to level up when we go here. Medium and large items, we can't even... Well, if we upgrade the Crow's Nest, it just gives us 100% crit, which we don't care. We're already at 100% crit. 225 health, or sells non-weapon items. You know what? Let's take a look. Not interested. Not interested. Not interested. I'm actually going to save my gold in case I get a shot at skills. So now it's +9. Which means 27 scaling every time we attack with the Butterfly Sword. Ah, we sold our friend. We sold our friend, so we'd only get 2 loot items instead of 4. And I think... hilariously, it's still our best option. Is it actually? It could give us health, regen, cooldown reduction, shielding, damage. Ooh, it could give us a heal increase. That'd be pretty good. Because this is just 30 damage per hit. Which is actually also 30 healing. I gotta remember that. That's lifesteal. But it doesn't help us get to this going off sooner, which starts the scaling process. I'm gonna grab the loot items, and one is useless, and one is basically useless. Cool. But at least we got an extra 30 shielding on the temporary shelter. So, consolation prize. Alright, weapons platform. Weapons platform is haste, charge, and damage. Beautiful. Elite duelist, just to check. Damage, heal, ammo. Not interested. Oasis Guardian is poison, heal, slow. Yep, weapons platform it is. I think that we win this. Because I think he hastes and charges, but I don't think he scales. Oh, he does. But he only scales 2 of his weapons. And he doesn't scale his defenses. Oh, when you use a small item... Okay, so he's scaling his damage a lot, actually. That's kind of terrifying. And then he's hasting. Crit chance. That was frozen for a while. But we're already chunking him now. 151 on the Butterfly Swords. Yep. No problem. And we have 3,000 shields, so even though he's doing 1,000 every 10 seconds, 1,200 every 10 seconds, it's not enough. Beautiful. So what do we get? I would be happy with just about anything, but the, no, not the skill.
We barely got off lives.
Haste an adjacent item 2 seconds. Hilariously, I think that's actually better than the crit chance. So instead of having a 20% extra chance to crit... that actually does drop us below guaranteed crits. I was going to say hasting every 4 seconds, hasting the temp shelter 2 seconds is pretty good as far as shielding goes. But not if it costs us the guaranteed crits. That is important. Gumballs. Could be damage increase, could be shield increase, could be crit increase, which would potentially give us the ability to drop Vanessa's amulet. Could be health, but more importantly, that is 150 shielding. So, 1, 2, 3. 151 shielding. There's one crit chance. 2, 3. 152 shielding. And plus 3 damage. Nice. 1, 2, 3. Check and make sure we're not going to level up. Correct. Beautiful. So, yeah, that is a lot of shielding, a little bit of damage, and some crit chance. So we only need 10% more crit chance to be back to guaranteed crits with the Butterfly Sword without using Vanessa's Amulet. Okay. We don't care about ammo items. I don't think 1,000 shields is going to be the difference. Like, if they kill us before we get 1,000 shields, then we don't stand a chance. And once we start having the temporary shelter, yeah, we're going to visit a hero merchant. Pygmalion. Okay. So he has mostly like economy stuff, which won't actually help us. Mac, I believe, has mostly poison stuff. And Stella has mostly like tools. I mean, actually, is there a chance Pygmalion will have the temporary shelter? Even if he does, I don't think that's what we spend our gold on. I think we save it for trying to get diamond tier skills. Well, let's see what Stella has. Slow one item for 6 seconds. When you slow, haste a vehicle for 6 seconds. Okay. Alright. A weapon tool. You know, hilariously, that would save us a slot in our stash. No, it wouldn't, because we already have the cog. As soon as we put the cog in play, we sell Vanessa's Amulet. We keep the star chart because we can potentially get work at the docks, get experience. Shovel could still give us a gold item that's interesting. So, no. Reroll just to see what else she has. Blowtorch. Tool. Burn 6. Multi-tool. Haste another item for 4 seconds. Slow one item for 4 seconds. That slow could very much help us survive things. The only thing is, instead of it hasting an adjacent item, which the cog would be guaranteed to hit the temporary shelter, this would potentially hit the already perma-hasted butterfly swords. And we never get rid of the Shadow Cloak, because that's what's scaling the butterfly swords right now. No, I think, again, we save our gold for a potential skill. Is hasting the shield generation more important than the guaranteed crits? Since we would only be 9% short of guaranteed crits. So right now, the crits heal us from the lifesteal by doubling however much damage the butterfly swords are doing, and heal us 3 times for 60. I think that's more important than the shelter getting 2 seconds of haste. Then again, you know what? No, not that. That. This is better. Because we still have a 91% chance. That's very, very likely. And that also lets us sell this and get an extra 15 shielding, which is now being hasted. Yeah. I think that's the right call. We'll see. We'll see if we lose the run here, then fine. But at least it was fun. Like, we have a very, very big temporary shelter that we just turned into our permanent address. So, unfortunately, wrong call, I think. Because that's a lot of poison we're getting. So the healing is the only thing that matters. Because there's no chance of us making it to the sandstorm with 500 stacks of poison. That is a lot. Yeah, there's no way. 751 stacks of poison. Ouch.
All of this is just
That's an aquatic build going off.
Fight is on Pelago.
Hey, we got a chest. I'm happy. So, arguably, the temporary shelter should have been out of the build sooner. That was 3 slots, but it was 1200 shield. Like, I don't know. Maybe the butterfly swords was the problem there. Needed a better weapon. Because it did scale up, but it did not scale up nearly fast enough to kill anything, really. Alright. That's fine. We stayed exactly where we are. And yeah. Gonna pop the chest just in case I'm able to get the little robot dude. What do we get? It is 50. Alright. Cityscape, eh? I don't know what that means. Maybe it's a cosmetic thing? I don't know. Let me look. Cityscape, eh? Aha. So yeah. Sure. We'll use the free cosmetics we get. Why not? Even if they are disjointed. But that's fine. For now, that's been the Bazaar. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, have a good one.